Candidate's with us today, a friend of mine, I hope. And the only problem I got with her, she's a hokey all the time, but that's okay. Kristina Earwood, she's running for District 30 Judge. Chris.
I think that he did a really good job of talking about there are 3 open races this year. I am running against a gentleman from Haywood County, and there are 2 other seats that are going to be open election. I live in Maggie Valley. I've been in practice for almost 8 years now. I have a private practice. I've practiced domestic law, criminal law. I was the assistant prosecutor on the Cherokee Indian Reservation for a while. I've done just about every type of law that a district court judge would oversee in the last 8 years, and I've worn a bunch of different hats. What I would like to talk to you about tonight is district court judges, for those of you who have not had the fortunate experience of coming in front of one of us, handles misdemeanor criminal cases, all traffic, small property claims, small civil claims, but they also handle the bulk of what we like to call family law. We have original jurisdiction over all families in North Carolina, so if you need a divorce, you have a custody case, if you're in social service, juvenile, criminal matters, all of them come into our court. And because of that, we handle a majority of the criminal cases as well as civil cases. We don't handle the fancy ones that you might see on TV, but I think we handle some of the more important ones because we make a bulk of the decisions about what happens to children and families in your district. So just to give you a little background about myself, my husband is here. He's also an attorney, and we from here in this district, and we met at Regent University where we went to law school, moved back here, and started a family. We have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I know a little bit of something about families and patients. And I have spent the last 7 years practicing in all 7 counties in our district, and that makes me very unique. Since day 1 of my practice, I've gone all the way out to Murphy, all the way to Haywood. And primarily I've practiced in Macon County, Jackson County, and Swain County. And I think that's really important because each and every county in this district is very different. Y'all are very different than Haywood. Haywood's very different than Murphy. Murphy's very different from Clay. Each county has its own set of weaknesses, and they also have its own set of strengths and resources. And you won't know what those problems are, and you won't know how to solve some of those problems unless you've been in your county, practicing your courtroom, know your clerks, your police officers, your social workers, all the agencies that you have available and at your fingertips in Macon County unless you practice here. That makes me unique because before the campaign started, you probably would not have seen my opposition in Macon County. I have encouraged everyone before you vote about these 3 spots to make very sure that you're casting your ballot for the right candidate, because this is probably the first time in 25 years that we've had an open election. And this is the first time in 20-some years that we've had a candidate that is not a Democrat. It is very important because after we get elected as a judge, you very rarely face opposition. So whoever you vote in this time, you're going to be stuck with for the next 20-some years probably. And there's 6 rotating judges and there's 3 open spots. So we're going to change the face of the bench right now. Before Judge Leslie was elected about 8 years ago, 6 out of 6 of our judges were male. And while I appreciate our judicial bench right now, I think they've done a good job. Less than 25% of our judges in Western North Carolina or in North Carolina are women. And I think that we consider that a bulk of family and children are in our courtroom. We offer a unique perspective. And so I really hope that that I do get elected. Somebody the other night, I was with Donna Forga, and another candidate asked us how, if it's a nonpartisan race, how do they know that we're conservative? And I told them that I grew up in a very small town in Virginia. I'm Southern Baptist. We didn't clap in church until about 5 years ago. We got from town, and I met my husband at Regent University where Pat Robertson lives on campus. So you have to make an effort to get to know us and where we come from. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to get out and speak to y'all. I would encourage you to go out and talk to people in the community, your deputy, your sheriff, clerk, your DSS, because I think that you'll get a very favorable recommendation from me, and I would ask for your vote in November the 2nd. So thank you.
Okie dokie. Now I've been told that we've got some